Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video I want to show you this new type of servo contraption I made. Essentially you take a servo board out of a small servo such as an MG90S, and I connected it to this motor and gearbox from this pack LED animated Grim Reaper. This is a completely different type of servo from what I've generally made, because this motor, what it does is it will rotate this back and forth just by having the motor spin in one direction. So it doesn't even need to be a servo technically. But since I like to have all my shows choreographed and have them be able to look in certain areas on command, turning it into a servo, now you can control the direction you want it to move, and you can also do a little bit of speed. What's interesting though is so this is with the motor basically just on. You can see how on the return cycle it goes much faster. Right there. And so if you tell the servo to go past what the potentiometer that's mounted here can actually sense, it'll do a full return sweep and then go back to the position you tell it. Because on the flip side where it's going faster, the potentiometer is getting a reverse sense. So even though it's going back to the center where I'm telling it to, the motor isn't able to park it, or the servo isn't able to park it on this side because the potentiometer is basically getting false opposite readings from the direction the motor is trying to spin it, if that makes sense. So this is just an interesting effect I found, that if you mount a potentiometer here so that it's able to go side to side on one of these mechanisms that is constantly rotating, you get some interesting results, because it'll try and park it on one side, and then as it rotates to the other side, it'll do a full rotation and then come back. This is also the first time I tried to make one of these piston movements. So basically it's a paper clip that's twisted, and basically it has an S curve here, so it twists down, inside, and then out again. And then I put some hot glue on the end underneath so that it stays inside. And then mounted on the top of this plastic potentiometer is basically just some telephone wire. You take telephone wire and you wrap it around the paper clip a bunch of times, and you get a coil, and then you basically hot glue that to the top of the potentiometer. So then you're able to get this unique movement here that the paper clip is able to slide through it and turn the potentiometer. So it's actually working really well. Anyway, stay tuned for future videos when I actually show this in action in one of my future videos, with it actually singing or doing something. But hopefully this helps if anyone's curious how I eventually get this to work. So I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and be sure to check out the other videos on my channel.